Ava and welcome to Ava's Cozy Kitchen. Today we're going to be making Cinnamon Toast Crunch cookies. So first we're going to put 2 cups of flour, but I already put it in here. So, yeah.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And now we need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, you're going to grab your teaspoon and open your baking soda. Okay, now it's opened. Perfect. Now you put your 1 teaspoon in the dry ingredients. I'm gonna put that to the side. Now we need 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. You can use ground cinnamon, but I'm gonna use the Ceylon cinnamon. I think that's how you say it.
Ceylon cinnamon.
And I'm gonna get 1 teaspoon. And you're gonna put your teaspoon in the bowl. And now you grab 1/2 of a teaspoon. Okay, my 1/2 of a teaspoon. Now we're gonna scoop it in. Perfect. And put that in your bowl. Okay. I would put salt in it, but I already am gonna use salted butter. So if you have unsalted butter, I have to check that, but I'll put it in the bio.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But I recommend you use salted butter because it's way easier. You're gonna whisk that all together. Perfect. Now we take a cup of our butter. 2 sticks is 1 cup. So I'm gonna go melt these because I don't really like when they're like softened because it doesn't really mix well. But normally I would microwave it, but for the sake of this video, it's pretty soft, so I think we're just gonna dump it in there. Perfect. Perfect. And always cream your butter and sugars together. That's like always the first step to everything. Okay, so we use 1/2 cup of white sugar. I'm gonna grab your white sugar. Level that out. And put that in there. Okay. Now we're gonna put our sugar away. And we're gonna grab our brown sugar. You can use dark brown sugar or light brown sugar. It doesn't matter. And we're gonna grab 3/4 of a cup of this. On my measuring cups, there isn't a 3/4, so I grab a 1/4 and I pour it in there 3 times. So if you don't have a 3/4, then you can just do what I'm doing. 1, 2, to level it out. And 3. Perfect. Gonna set that aside. Brush the rest in here. And now you're gonna put your brown sugar away. Okay, now you grab your electric mixer, or you can use a KitchenAid, but I don't have one yet. I really hope I get one, but I'm gonna grab my electric mixer and I'll be right back. Okay, I got my electric mixer all plugged up, and now we're gonna cream these together. My butter is not mixing, which is okay, so I'm gonna grab a spoon and I'm just gonna cut them up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got my spoon and now we're just gonna crush up the butter so it's easier to mix. Perfect. Now you're gonna set your spoon aside and let's try this again. Okay, now that your things are finally clean, you can kind of mix this. We're going to use this and we're just going to kind of chops up the butter. Our recipe says cream until light and fluffy. Cream means use your electric mixer or KitchenAid, and it doesn't always have to be light and fluffy. They'll still taste really good. Okay, next we're going to put our egg and vanilla. Use 1 egg and 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and if you don't have enough teaspoons of vanilla, you can use 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So we're going to start with the vanilla, and I have like a little under 2 teaspoons, so we'll see. Okay, that was not quite a teaspoon of vanilla, but that's okay because it'll still taste the same. It would probably just taste like a little less like rich and sweet, but honestly that's okay because we're already putting a whole bunch of sugar in it with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So you're gonna mix that in. And now you're gonna go grab your egg, so I will be right back. Now that you've got my egg, we're just gonna crack this in here. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna set this aside. And now I'm gonna go wash my hands. They're getting pretty dirty. And I'm gonna throw away the eggshell, so I'll be right back. Okay, I washed my hands, and now we're going to mix in our egg. Okay, perfect. This is all now mixed up. And now we're going to look at my recipe. And right now we're going to preheat the oven. All recipes say preheat the oven before, but it's always ends too early. So I just preheat it in kind of like the middle of the recipe. So I'll be right back and I'm going to go preheat the oven. Okay, the oven is preheating. So now we are going to mix these together. You're going to add your dry ingredients. into the big bowl with the wet. Perfect. And now you're gonna mix together. And eventually you're probably gonna have to use your hands to get in there a little bit. But for now, you can just like fold in the flour. Okay, now this is all mixed. As you can see, my hands are a little messy, so you're just gonna scrape the extra dough back in there. Perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna go wash my hands and I'll be right back. Okay, now that your hands are all clean, we're going to take our Cinnamon Toast Crunch and we're gonna need 1.5 cups of this, but we're gonna put it in the blender so it's easier to mix in. Okay, we got 1 cup so far in here, and now we're gonna add the other half. Okay, 1/2 cup. Okay, few dropped in the bowl, which is a-okay. Just gonna put those back in there and pour in here. Okay, I'm gonna go blend these now and I'll be right back. Okay, we got our crushed up Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and now we're just gonna pour that in there. You're gonna take your spatula and fold them in. And we are gonna make a glaze to go on top, but if you don't want a glaze, that's okay. Okay, my stuff is all mixed in. We're gonna put this aside. And now we're gonna use our scooper. And we are going to put these onto the pan. This recipe makes about 24 cookies, but it doesn't really look like it, so because that's what my recipe said. Maybe we'll make about like 20. It depends on how big your scooper is, because there's different sizes. But mine's kind of big, so. Okay, I am done putting them on the sheet. They're probably going to expand a lot, but since I use the scooper, they might just rise and go out a little. So hopefully they don't run into each other, but if they do, it's okay. It's still going to taste great. And they also smell literally amazing right now. I'm so excited. This recipe made about I have 14 cookies on here, but if you shape them differently, then that's okay. You're probably gonna have like less or more, but I've tried to get at least 14 or more. Now I'm gonna go put these in the oven and you're gonna bake them for 10 minutes. So I will be right back and I'll get back to you when they're done baking. Okay, now that this is in the oven, we're gonna clean this all up. We have a lot going on. I'm back and we have the cookies here, but you know how I said we're gonna make a glaze? Now it's time for the glaze. So we got cinnamon, water, and a bowl. That's not all you need, don't worry. We're gonna start with the water. We're gonna start with 1 teaspoon of water, and then if that's not enough, then we'll do only 2. But it has to be thick enough to drizzle, but not thin enough for it to just like disappear on the cookie. We need like enough. Okay. Now a pinch of cinnamon. And now I'm gonna go grab the powdered sugar. So I'll be right back. I've got my powdered sugar. We're gonna use half a cup of powdered sugar.
Be nice. I'm finding it. It take you that long to find it?
It does.
Perfect. That was a little messy, but that's the fun part about baking, so that's okay. I'm gonna go over a spoon and then we're gonna mix this all together. Okay, I got my spoon and now let's mix. Okay, 1 teaspoon was clearly not enough. I still have a little bit left in here. And now we're just going to perfect. Okay, this is what it looks like. Not much, but okay, now let's taste it. You could use a little more cinnamon. You don't have to use water, you can use milk instead, but water is just easier for me. Okay, now let's taste. Perfect. Mix just a little bit. I'm just gonna, okay, these are cool. I'm just gonna take the bowl. We have a little bit extra. Perfect. You can't really see them, but nice and glazed. Now we're going to take all of that. Okay, let's try a cookie. I touched this one, so we're going to try this one. This is how it looks. Very soft. Now let's see how they taste. They smell amazing in the oven, so.
Big bag, big bag, big bag, big bag. Yeah, my bag
really
is
good.
loaded up with snacks and different foods.
This is definitely a 10 out of 10. Like, I'm gonna like devour these. Anyway, I hope you guys devour these too. And I will see you in the next baking recipe. And if you have any recipes that you want me to try, just comment them down below. And come back to Ava's Cozy Kitchen next time. Bye!